Okay, now what I will demonstrate is the pinching method to create a pot. The pinching method is just a form of manipulation. Anytime you take clay and shape it with your fingers and pinch it and manipulate it, you are using that pinch method. But in order to create a pinch pot, what we're going to do is we're going to take a ball of clay, probably about the size of a golf ball, maybe a little bit bigger. Then make sure that you take any leftover clay that you're not using and make sure that you keep it in a plastic bag so it doesn't dry out while you are not using it. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to roll it into a ball. Use my hands, roll it between my hands. You can use the table, roll it on the table, use your fingers to shape it roughly into about, no, it doesn't have to be perfect, but roughly into the shape of a ball. Now what you'll see here is all these little cracks and overlaps. What I'll do is I'll go through with my finger and I'll smooth those out, just so I don't have any weak parts of my clay. And I'll shape it into a nice spherical ball. Okay? Then what I'm going to do is I'm going to take the ball of clay and hold it in my hand and I'm going to cup it just to kind of support it. Then I'm going to take my thumb, I'm going to take it and I'm going to press it into the ball. I don't want to go all the way through when I press it, but I definitely don't want to only go halfway. I want to try to push it down to the bottom but not poke through the bottom of the pot. Now, for all my students with their lovely acrylic nails, if you have an acrylic nail on, taking your thumb and pushing to the bottom of the pot is not going to work because you're going to send that acrylic nail through here. So there are various tools that you could use. I think this is probably one of the best. It's a clay knife. But you can use the end of the clay knife to press in there in the same fashion, cupping the ball, and then pressing the handle of the clay knife in there. You could also use a marker would work. Also then additionally possibly a big pen or something. This works really nice to press it in there too because it's about the same thickness as your thumb, right? Then once your thumb is in there, what I want you to do is imagine, you don't have to draw these lines on there, but imagine 3 lines that wrap all the way around your pot like so. Right? Think of these as kind of like the equator, the Tropic of Cancer, the Tropic of Capricorn, sit on a globe. What I'm going to do first is I'm going to take my thumb, and with my thumb in there, I'm going to take these 2 fingers, and I'm going to reach around to the top here of that line, and I'm going to pinch a little bit. Turn the whole pot and pinch. Turn, pinch. Turn, pinch, and then trying to stay on that line all the way across. And what I'm doing is I'm pinching the clay and it's forcing the clay up the wall. If I go all the way around, just doing little pinches, little pinches, little pinches, all the way around to the beginning, you can see here that I have this little divot, pimple thing here, and that can tell you that it's working. If I look in the inside, you can see that it's starting to open up. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to move around to my second line, the equator here. I'm going to introduce my 3rd finger, right? And I'm going to pinch again. And this form of manipulation is taking that clay that's underneath and it's forcing it up the wall of the pot. Pinch, turn, pinch, turn, pinch, turn, pinch, turn, all the way till I get to the bottom. You can really start to see that it's opening up in the form. Now I'm going to go to this top line. I'm going to throw in my pinky finger here. I'm going to pinch, rotate, rotate. Just little pinches. I'm not trying to build the whole cup right away. Just going all the way around, evening out those walls. You can see here it's really opened up quite a bit. And then I'm going to take the pot, give it a little tap on the counter, just to even out the bottom. And then I'm going to look at the top here. See how it starts to crack a little bit because I've been forcing that clay? I'm just going to take my finger and I'm going to smooth out anywhere where I see some small little cracks. This will reinforce the clay, make it even stronger. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to go back because the walls of this pot are so thick. I'm going to go back and I'm going to do it again. So I'm going to reach down to the bottom, look at that line. And I can use more fingers now, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to just nicely pinch and evenly pinch all the way around that pot. And as I do this, I can also feel the walls of the pot and see where it's thicker on other parts. Now I'm going to go to the middle, go through and pinch, pinch, pinch as I rotate all the way around. Now I'm going to go to the very top where it's the thickest, and I'm going to go through and I'm going to pinch this all the way around. And as I do that, you can see that it really opens up there. Getting some sunlight there, huh? Right? And I'm going to tap it on the bottom here, go through and smooth out any cracks that I start to see that form along the top. And there you go, using that pinching method, which is just a form of manipulation, I'm forcing the clay up the walls of the pot to open it up. And you can always go back and pinch and smooth it out where you feel that it's a little thicker. But that is the method of pinch pots. What's nice about pinch pots too, besides for making small little cups and bowls, you can use these as in a larger form for the base of a coil pot that you can build along. Also, if you're creating something, a larger form such as an animal or a larger form that you need to be hollow, you can take two pinch pots and then slip and score them together then to create a larger form of body that you can then poke a hole in to let the air vent and then build off of so that way you don't have a large piece of clay. So that's another use of the pinch pots.